What's up, everybody? I'm your host, Kazu, and this is the Urban Influencer Radio. Today, we have another exciting episode featuring interviews with upcoming R&B artist Barachi and his manager, Lindsay Guion. Barachi performed at the All-Star Weekend opening for Kevin Hart and P. Diddy. Just want to let you guys know that we got social media, so if you enjoy the show, then don't forget to follow and subscribe to our channel. Links are in the description box below. Let's kick this off with an interview with Barachi on the Urban Influencer Radio.
Okay, I like that.
Oh, thanks, man. But first of all, Barachi, thanks for being a part of the Urban Influencer Radio and, taking the time to come out here and stuff.
Definitely, man. It's a pleasure. Thanks for having me here, man.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like you had a blast, like, over this weekend because of the All-Star Weekend, right? I mean,
yeah, it was a really good time.
Yeah.
Good time.
Tell me about the experience of performing.
Yeah, man. It was real humbling, man, to be on the same stage with two icons, two legends, Diddy, Kevin Hart.
Mm-hmm.
Fatboy SSC's an up and coming artist as well, who's making some noise, was also there. So,
all right,
it was real dope experience. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, it must have been like unreal just to see like them like right there in front of you, right?
Yeah, man, right there. It was real dope, man. It was humbling, man. Yeah.
No, definitely. I want to also get to know Barachi, like as an artist, like kind of a background of like where you come from and stuff. But did you grow up in a creative household where like your mom and dad played instruments, or did they sing or anything?
You know
like
what?
That?
My mom and dad did not play instruments. And
really?
They weren't like, I guess musically, you know what I mean? They didn't have that, but
yeah.
But my siblings did.
Okay.
Like my brother, he's an artist, and like a painter.
Oh,
in
really?
Miami, very very popular painter. His name is Acer. And then we got my other brother who's also a painter, and he sang, and I have cousins that sing and sisters that sing. So music was always like in the house, in the household. So
right, yeah.
And then I grew up in the church singing in the choir too. So that obviously had a huge influence on on where I am today as far as musically.
Yeah, that must create a lot of impact in your like artistry.
Oh yeah, definitely. That was like the stepping stone to my introduction of music.
Yeah. What were some of the stuff that was like playing in the house? Like
a lot of Christian music, a lot of Michael Jackson, and my mom didn't really like hip hop like that. You know what I mean? She wasn't really into rap. Yeah. But I personally listened to it outside of the house, on my headphones. but yeah, so a little bit of those.
Okay. How did you I understand that you started getting into singing from being in church and stuff like that, but what was the moment where you felt like, wait, I can make my own songs? Like,
you know what? It all started when I was younger. In middle school, I started writing poems.
Oh, okay.
But just poetry. I was like, because I really got intrigued in English class when I started learning about all these different poets like Edgar Allan Poe and all the poets that they teach you in middle school going into high school. So
yeah, of course.
And then poetry, I always loved music, and then it just my poetry turned into songs.
Oh wow.
And then my songs turned into records, and
okay.
So that's how it all started.
Yeah. When you first started off, especially with writing your own tracks, did you get into not only singing but producing as well, producing your own music?
Yeah, I play the guitar.
Oh, nice.
And I started, my first instrument that I started playing was actually a piano.
Nice.
And then my brother, who's the painter I said, he gave me my first guitar. So that's what I really played.
That's awesome.
And because of that influence as well, I create sounds. Mm-hmm. And I was really self-taught. I don't know how to read music.
Okay.
But I could hear a song and just give me a day, I'll play it. You know what I mean? It's all by ear.
Right. Yeah. And I was about to ask you if you were classically trained, or was it all DIY?
Yeah, it was more DIY, more do it your own type thing, definitely.
Yeah, no, definitely, man. Well, it seems like this year started off really exciting for you because even last year you released a single, "Tell Me," and that was I feel like it was a big deal for you. And can you tell me a little bit more about the writing of that song by any chance?
Tell Me is a record that's part of the visual album called Therapy, and it's just one of the tracks that we chose as the single,
right.
Just to introduce Barachi, so just to get people familiar with my sound.
Yeah.
And it's actually not officially released. We released it, but it's not like, we don't have we didn't do the what you call the impact. The actual impact date should be
right
in the next couple weeks from now.
Couple weeks. Okay.
So yeah, but right now it's been going crazy in Miami. There's a couple other states and stations that's been picking it up. So so far it's been buzzing.
Yeah. Okay, so that track is like the part of the short film and like with the nine videos and stuff like that.
Yeah, it is 9 videos, and I'm an actor, as well. So in that visual album, you'll have scenes like movie scenes that all relate to each music video, and it tells you an entire story.
Wow.
So it's really dope. Yeah.
I can't wait to see it then. Like, and it's like after each track, it's gonna connect to another one. And
absolutely, yeah. So you'll have your movie scene, music video, another movie scene, music video, and it just keeps going all the way 9 tracks.
Was this like a, I know this is your project, but like, was it also kind of like a collective effort, or was it like a collaboration? Because I see that you're an actor, but did you also like write all the stuff there too, or like?
Yeah, I actually wrote the entire album.
You did? Wow.
Yeah, and I co-produced the entire album as well.
Nice.
So, yeah, I do have one producer. His name's High Volume. Very talented guy. He's worked with people like R. Kelly. He's worked with people like Gucci Mane. So he's worked with some hip hop and R&B acts as well. Jason Derulo. So yeah, he's one, and then there's a newcomer. His name's Exley as well. So also another talented producer who's also a newcomer that we collaborated with on the entire album.
Nice.
As far as production,
yeah. When were you like thinking about like releasing this like project out, or like this visual and stuff?
You know what? At first when I was creating the music at the time, I didn't think visual album. Like obviously I have a team of people who are very creative and who saw that vision, and I saw it as well, and we ran with it. We said, all right, let's do a visual album, because we at first it was an album, then it turned into a visual album. So we just said, we did one music video. I actually did all my videos in LA.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Well, in Cali, because all over Cali. So Malibu, you name it, every single spot. We shot the entire visual album. So.
Oh, that's so cool, man. Yeah. Are you planning on going on any tour at all this year, possibly? Or?
That is that will be coming up. I don't have any set dates right now.
Yeah.
But everything's being put together as we speak right now. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel like right now, like you're at the stage where like you're building up traction, and like you're about to like drop something like really amazing. But like but before like when you got to this point, like I'm sure it was like a struggle, like for you to just kind of like start out with like balancing out the music life with like the regular life where you have to like work the jobs and then like trying to like put in time for music. Like what was like that for you especially?
Well, you know what, in the I'd say about 2 years ago, I made a decision to just go full time, because I've always done music part time and obviously work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I would fund my own projects.
Yeah.
At that time, and then once I made that decision to just go full time and just pretty much sacrifice everything, it's just like putting God first, of course. Just doors started opening and a lot of things started happening after that.
Yeah, and then like you see yourself at All-Star Weekend.
yeah, that was epic, man. That was epic. I'm actually running on a few hours of sleep still from that, cause yeah, man.
Yeah, just wanted to like go back to like All-Star Weekend performance, but like especially like performing in like and sharing stages with like some of the legends, like the adrenaline must have been like crazy, right? Like
yeah, it was dope, and the crowd was also their reaction and the love that they showed was really really dope as well, because I'm a new artist, and some people may have heard the music already, some may have not.
Yeah.
But either way, the reaction was real dope, man. Real humbling experience.
Yeah. In your mind, like in the future, is there like anybody that like you would want to like collaborate with, like?
Well, I actually do have collaborations on the album as well. I have a I have a record with Rick Ross. I have a record with Trick Danny and Trina. I'm from Miami,
Right,
so
yeah, okay.
you know, these are all, we pretty much got the whole Miami team on the
so
album.
cool.
Got one with Zoe Dollars as well. So
Nice, okay.
but I definitely who do I want to do music with? I would
Yeah.
love to do a record with Drake. I would love to do a record with Pharrell. You know, those are two that I could name from the top of my head. I mean, there's a lot of other talents that I wouldn't mind working with at all. So
Yeah.
I love collaborating.
Yeah.
Collaborating.
Definitely, man. Yeah. I wanted to talk about just kind of like a little bit about just what's kind of going on in like music industry related, and like you know, especially like with you as a new artist, do you feel like streaming services like affect you, you know, kind of like, you know, monetarily, like in terms of like, because I know like nowadays like artists needs to like it's not like selling like records like you used
Correct.
to, you know,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
we have to like, you know, sell like physical like merch or like vinyl or like, you know, going on tour and stuff like that, and like especially like as like a new artist, do you feel like, you know, that's gonna affect you like from like here and on? Like,
Well, you know what? I mean, the climate in the music industry has changed over the years.
Yeah.
You know, so it's, you know, there's, you know, it's all about, I guess, adjusting to the climate, and you know, obviously shows is where it's at, and
yeah.
and making sure you have the right people on your team. So, but yeah, streaming services is big. That's definitely that's definitely where it's at. You know, right
Yeah.
now, streaming but yeah, I mean, it pretty much affects anyone. You know, that's in the music industry.
Yeah.
But I just think it's all about, you know, adjusting.
Yeah.
You know, to those changes. Yeah.
No, definitely, man. Yeah. I mean, you got your new projects like dropping soon, but like, is there like anything that you personally want to accomplish by the end of the year?
Man, that's a really good question. I'm just enjoying the ride right now. You know what I mean? I'm really enjoying the journey, and I'm trying to have fun. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of no sleep. But
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as accomplishments, I wish, you know, we're anticipating some Grammy nominations and hopefully a trophy, you know.
Nice.
So these are some things that, you know, my team and I especially are anticipating and hoping for, you know.
Okay.
It'll be a blessing. That'll be dope.
Yeah, that'll be, man. Yeah, sounds really exciting already. But first of all, Barachi, I just want to say thanks for being part of Urban Influencer. And,
Yeah, man. I
you know,
really appreciate you having me, man.
yeah, really enjoyed talking to you, and automatically you're part of Urban Influencer Hall of Fame. So, you know, that's
Appreciate it,
man.
man.
Thanks a lot, dude. Yeah.
I appreciate that.
This is an Exley beat.
I'm so into you, and I'll always be true. You know, for you anything I'll do. For sure, I'll do anything for you. For you, girl, we got something special. Even though sometimes it could get stressful, I'll be there on time, come to your rescue at the drop of a dime. So count on me, you know that I wanna be with you for real, yeah. Like Aunt Viv and Uncle Phil, yeah. We could live up in the hills, yeah. I could see us now, me, you and me, through and through. All I need and all I do is to make you feel wonderful. Me a Humpty Dumpty. Fell in love, I'm so clumsy. I'm so clumsy. Me and you and me, through and through. All I need and all I do is to make you feel wonderful. Me and you, oh me and you. You and me, through and through. All I need and all I do is to make you feel wonderful. Me and you.
That was Me and You by Barachi. Next, we have an interview with Barachi's manager, Lindsay Guion. He's very experienced in the business, and he has managed artists like D'Angelo and Genuine. This is Lindsay Guion on the Urban Influencer Radio. We got Lindsay Guion on the Urban Influencer Radio. That's fun, man.
All is well. How about yourself?
Been good. Like, you know, also running on like just a little bit of sleep. So like, you know,
What's a little bit of sleep?
like maybe 3-4 hours.
Oh, okay. A little bit is 5 hours for me.
A little bit is 5 hours.
Anything less than 5 hours, I can't function.
Yeah. So like in terms of like, you know, what you currently do, like you do artist management, right?
I do.
Okay. And how did you first get into that business?
Well, I came from IBM. I wanted a break from working in the blue suit. So I got on a plane and I headed to Los Angeles. Actually, when I went to the airport, at that time I was able to look up and decide where I wanted to go. I didn't have to pre-book a flight or any of that stuff. So I looked up and I said, I've never been in Los Angeles. Let me go to Los Angeles. So I got on the plane, went to Los Angeles. I sat in the back of the plane and I sat next to an entertainment attorney. His name was Samuel J. Fox, so I couldn't forget his name.
Okay.
So when I did that, we went the whole trip talking about music, and he said, "Oh, if you ever decide to get into the music business, look me up." Gave me his card, and about 3 days later, I looked him up, and he became my mentor, and we started kicking down doors.
Wow.
So the first act that I signed, he told me to go back to DC and find an artist you want to work with and bring it back to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I did that. It was a group called BBOTI. It stands for Bad Boys of the Industry.
Okay.
I was also co-executive producer of the Posse soundtrack with Mario Van Peebles
Nice.
and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Also featured BBOTI.
Yeah.
And that was my start in the music industry.
Yeah. So just going back to like what you were saying, so you said you didn't want to like work as a blue suit, so like you decided to just get on a plane, like
I just decided to get on a plane, go to Los Angeles, and see what's next.
Wow, that's crazy. Huh?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, it did really happen that way.
yeah, it's almost like a movie. Like
Yeah, exactly.
so meeting somebody like that, and then like now that became your like career. And you know, how are you liking it?
I love it. Although we're this is not the same music industry as it was in the 90s. I still feel like I'm able to reinvent myself and create something different.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm proud of. I'm proud of the new business model that we decide to create for artists and management.
Nice. What are some other artists that you've like managed in the past or worked with?
I represented D'Angelo. I represented Genuine.
Okay.
I represented Maya.
Oh wow.
I represented, I know this is going to age me, but I represented CeCe Peniston. I represented Don Robinson from In Vogue. I forget how many people I represent the group. LaBouche, I don't know if you remember that.
Okay.
It was a dance act, so
Okay.
I had a number of acts.
Yeah. When you were managing D'Angelo, was it during the era of Voodoo?
It was after Voodoo.
It was after
Voodoo.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I love that album. So like it's cool. That
Oh,
you
okay,
actually-
yeah. So much time go between his albums, so yeah, I know it's hard to gauge, but it was after Voodoo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's really really cool. No, I mean it was because it was a trip when he kind of stopped for a little bit, and then like when he released that like that I think it was called Black Messiah. I forgot what the new album
Black
is called.
Messiah.
Black Messiah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And that was released like almost like nearly 20 years later.
Yeah. So we wonder how long it's gonna be this time.
Yeah.
For the next album.
Yeah. How did you feel like how did you feel like the management has like changed from like the 90s to like where it's at right now? Do you think not much has changed, or like you?
Well, a lot has changed. We do more now. We act, in my opinion, we act as brand managers now.
Okay.
We have our hands on everything, including the label side, the label services.
Okay.
You know, managers are actually doing that now. At one point, the labels were doing the artist development.
Okay.
Now we're doing the artist development.
I see. Are there like pros and like cons to that? Like, you know.
I think the pros is it's in our best interest to make certain that the artist development is done.
Yeah.
And not just get out there and throw it up against the wall and see what sticks.
Okay. Nice.
So, yeah.
Okay. That must be like I mean, like it's really cool because like it, you know, even though like you're working with the artist, like, you know, you both have to kind of collaborate on like decisions too, right? You know, it's like it's not only like what you make, but also what the artist.
Well, we
wants to
collaborate because we're partners. My clients, my artists, they're my partners.
Right.
So
yeah.
we make all decisions together with respect to the label duties, with respect to the management of their careers. Everything is a decision we make collectively.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's another difference between the way it was in the 90s and the way it is now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I was getting at when I said a new business model. I feel like this is our new business model. The difference here in this outfit is we don't double dip.
Right.
We believe in taking 1%. That's it. Otherwise, it's conflict of interest if you do that.
Yeah.
You know, because now who do you represent? Do you represent the best interest of your label?
Yeah.
Or do you represent the best interest of the client?
Exactly. Okay.
So this way, we're partners. It kind of mitigates that conflict of interest.
Okay. Yeah. No, because you seem to be like very experienced already in this industry, and you've been doing it for like such a long time now. How many artists are you currently managing at the moment?
Well, that's a good question. There used to be multiple artists that I would represent.
Yeah.
Now I feel like I need to have a singular focus in order to penetrate the marketplace the way we need to.
Okay.
So right now it's just one artist. The next artist will be an artist that's not around anymore, but I represent the estate of Bessie Smith.
Mm-hmm.
So the Bessie Smith project is going to be my next artist after we get this project up and running.
Okay.
So I don't want to represent no more than 3 artists at a time, because it's hard to focus when you have so many artists at one time. If you're juggling so many balls at one time.
Yeah, I mean, what was like let's see. Okay, what was the most amount of artists that you managed like at once?
I'd probably say 5.
5?
Yeah.
Wow.
And there were some artists, and I'm not proud to say that, but there's some artists that just didn't get the attention. So you never heard of the artist.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you move from like, because you were talking about how you want to get the singular focus on like, you know, just kind of one artist and kind of get things done, then move on to another one. Like, is that decision made like after like each project is released, or like how do you like come decide on, all right, I'm, you know, finished with like working with him and now I'm gonna like work on something else that somebody else?
Well, it's kind of easy this way because with this particular artist, Barachi,
right.
He's a living human being.
Mm-hmm.
But then we have the next artist, which is Bessie Smith.
Mm-hmm.
She's not around anymore. So
Yeah.
it kind of it's kind of an easier transition to me because you don't have that person talking back to you, you know, begging, wanting to do this or wanting to do this and frowning about this. And also, I can also pull Barachi into this Bessie Smith project, so he's continuing to work because not only an artist, but he's a songwriter.
Okay.
He's a producer as well, and he has creative ideas.
Okay.
And again, we're partners, so
Yeah.
you know, it makes it whole.
Okay, this is kind of like this is a completely random question, but like, you know, ever since like you've been like around like artists for so long, did you ever feel like, man, I can make music too?
No, I've never felt that way. I sing in the shower. You know, I try so hard when I'm alone. No, I know that my place is behind the scenes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I wish and I dream, but it's never going to happen.
In terms of like, what's currently like going on with you, like is there anything else that you want to accomplish by the end of the year?
By the end of the year, I just want to make sure that we're implementing our plan. If we're going to tour, if we're going to create merchandising, if we're going to do television and film, just want to make sure everything's in our plan we execute.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. Well,
I don't want to leave any money on the table. I had certain artists, I'm not going to say any names, that would leave money on the table.
Right. Yeah.
But we don't do that anymore.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, seems like this year is already exciting for you, and I just want to say thank you for taking your time on the Urban Influence Radio.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
And being on it. Yeah. That was Lindsay Guion. Sad to say this, but it's time to wrap up the show. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to follow us on our social media. We'll end it with a track that I've been bumping lately. This is called Bad Bitch by V. My name is Kazu, and I'll see you again on the Urban Influencer Radio. Peace.
Oh my God! Once she just wanna be bad, yeah. She just wanna be a bad bitch. If she was young, she never had shit. Them forward lanes, not no average. She need a nigga, never like it. She just wanna be a bad bitch. When she was young, she never had shit. Them forward lanes, not no average. She need a nigga, never like it. When she come over, know her smash it. We making movies, never acting. I'm making moves, they on my last shit. You touch my chain and bitch, I'm blasting. Niggas hating, I be laughing. In the fast lane, rolling past me. Get your main bitch in no account. Yeah, we doing shit you can't imagine. We be showing up and showing out. The way she bring it up and drop it down, and then she back it up for the crowd. I be like, honestly, I want it now. Yeah. She give me brain, I give a game. I just want the money, she wants the fame. Yeah. She like when people know her name. We used to kick it, so I guess I'm on the game. Yeah. She just wanna be a bad bitch. If she was young, she never had shit. Them forward lanes, not no average. She need a nigga, never like it. She just wanna be a bad bitch. When she was young, she never had shit. Them forward lanes, not no average. She need a nigga, never like it. From the 6 to the 4, little nigga with the chains. I was really getting dope. I was really on the scene. I was really moving snow. I was really underrated. If you really wanna know, don't see no evil. I go hard till they damage me. I need 5 Lamborghinis, one for each of my family, and it's all Gucci. Everything, don't believe in no fairy tales. On for Bonnie and Clyde, shit, hold it down till they bury it. She give me brain, I give a girl. I just want the money, she want the fame. She like it when the people know her name. We used to kick it, so I guess I'm part to blame. She give me brain, I give a game. I just want the money, she want the fame. She like it when the people know her name. We used to kick it, so I guess I'm part to blame.